Hey guys, it's Craig here. Hope you're well. I have a beer here I want to try. It's a home brew that it was sent in, but before we get to that, we'll get to that. We'll get to the beer, but there's something else I want to talk about too. So this is, I got this sort of frosted here, and you can hear how quiet it is in here. It's Halloween night. About 8:45 in the evening. Nobody. I'll get back to that in a second. I want to do this beer to two friends who brew together. They've got quite an elaborate setup. Why am I twisting the bottle? I don't know. Cheers to them. And they sent me a few beers, and this is one of them. So this is as I said, it's a Pastry Stout, 12.5%. Now, I don't have very many fancy glasses. I broke them all. I had a nice tall sort of wine glass goblet. I don't know what you call them. And of course, it ended up getting broken a while back. So I'm just going to use this. I have a wine glass, but it's not big enough. Okay, here we go. So, not much of a hiss there. I did have it refrigerated. And let's give it a pour. Holy. Okay. Now this would be classified as, I would say, like a barley wine. So it's not going to have a huge cap or foam on it. My only regret is I chose the wrong. I don't have a classy glass for this. I really apologize for. I got to head over to Value Village and see what they've got over there. Let's give it a sniff. I so am sorry I don't have a proper glass for this. What a shame. I looked everywhere except for downstairs. Shoot, I should have looked down there. Okay, cheers. See what it's like. It's almost got but it has a liqueur, like, you know those candies with liqueur in the middle? That's what it smells like. That's what it smells. When you open that box of candies, the ones with the booze in the middle, that's what it smells like. Let's give it a try. Thank you, guys. Cheers. Oh my good Lord. It tastes like those candies too. Oh my gosh. Chocolate, smooth, almost like one of those, what do you call this? The Kahlua. Almost like a Kahlua. Just doesn't have as much alcohol in it. It has that flavor, that Kahlua flavor. You could put milk in this and some ice cubes. You'd have yourself a beautiful drink. You would. In fact, I got a shot glass in there. I could try it. Or just a little. I could try that. I could try that. Okay, let's take a couple more sips and then we'll do the milk thing. We'll see what happens. Whoa. That's delicious. That is really, it's quite sweet. It's got a beautiful body to it. Like a nice mouthfeel. It's not very carbonated. I don't think it's meant to be, especially at that ABV. But, maybe something happened to it during transport. I don't know. It tastes fantastic. I wouldn't want this to be carbonated because then you'd lose all that smooth flavor, smooth chocolatey flavor. Hold on one sec. I'm going to go get a glass, just hold on. Okay. The first thing that comes to my mind is to do this with it. Obviously I'm going to enjoy it the way it is. And it's quite strong, so I got to take it easy. This is just beautiful. This is a nightcap. It's got a bit of a coffee flavor in it too, but it's mostly chocolate. And I think real chocolate, not just roasted malt. I hope these guys don't kill me for doing this. Just going to do a little bit. Oh yeah, everyone's going to be laughing at that, of course. In Canada, we get our milk in bags, and we put it in one of these jugs, and that's you snip the end off and you pour your milk. I know people think it's ridiculous, but actually it's better than the jugs because the jugs are huge, they're big. You got to throw them in you got to put the recycling, or the bags you just take them out and you wrinkle them up and throw them in the garbage. And it comes with 3 bags, one big bag with 3 small bags in it. So you can put the other 2 in the freezer, and you don't have this great big jug of milk in your fridge. Us Canadians think this is a much better idea. So anyway, that's how we do milk. Okay, let's see. See, now you can see look at that. See what this tastes like. Don't like it. I don't like that. I'll drink it. I won't waste this, but I know it's it's much better like this. I'll keep that aside. I'll drink it. So thank you guys. This is a fantastic beer. It's got chocolate. It's got maybe a hint of vanilla. I don't know what the ingredients are. I'm just a hack beer reviewer. I don't know how to do this. And some, maybe some coffee. I hope there's no coffee in it because I don't drink coffee. Well, anyways, the alcohol will help. And very nice mouthfeel. Spices, I don't know. There seems to be some sort of it's just mostly, just think of opening that box of candies, that box of chocolates with the booze in the center. And those things are delicious. I should have got some of those for Halloween. For me, not for the kids. Not that there are any kids out there. That's what I want to talk about. So thank you guys. This is really delicious. It will warm up a little bit and we'll come back to it in a minute. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I've lived in this neighborhood for 19 years now. 19 years it's been now. This neighborhood. And before this, I lived around here in, neighborhoods close by. Up the street, there's another neighborhood. I lived in an apartment building. And then when I grew up, I lived in a neighborhood just a few blocks from here. So, I've been and lived here for almost all my life, except for a few minor exceptions down the road in the past. And on Halloween night, these streets were always buzzing with children. We dressed up in their costumes. They were so excited to get and to put on. And I remember being a child myself, dressing up for Halloween, all the different costumes my parents put together for me, or some stuff I made myself when I was a teenager. And it was exciting, and you get your bowl, your pillowcase, or whatever it is you take with you to put your candy in. Just the thrill and the buzz out in the streets. It was exciting. As a parent, took my kids out for Halloween, watched them go up to the steps and trick or treat, and get their candies. And then when you got home, you sat down in the middle of the living room floor and you helped them sort their candies out. You went through, you made sure there was no bad stuff in there. Love those apples, boy. Anyway, don't give kids apples for Halloween, okay? They just get thrown out. So anyway, tonight, as this is being taped, is Halloween. And I went out front just a few minutes ago before I set this up. and looked around. Dead. It's a ghost town. Pardon the pun. And I came in the house and I got really sad. I mean, I did really get sad. Because for once in my life, for the first time in my 54 years of being alive, there are no kids out for Halloween. None. Can you hear any? The woman next door, she's got her lights on and the orange lights in her window and her porch light on. Nothing. And it's sad. Now, why am I bringing this up? Well, this whole, I haven't talked about this yet on a YouTube video. And so this is a bit of I guess maybe a rant or just, me expressing my feelings. This whole situation that we're currently in at this time. And by the way, I hope if you're watching this a year later, I hope this is all over with by then. I hope, to you in the future, I really do. Because this sucks. And, I mean, a lot of people are in way worse situations than I'm in. I'm basically okay. I'm not suffering financially or anything like that, but I walk around and I go to the store and I see everyone there and, hi, how are you doing? That's fine. How are you doing? Can I call them peanut butter on again? And it makes me mad because I think that this is done on purpose. I know, here comes the conspiracy side of me. I don't think this was an accident. I mean, I know these things can happen, but there's quite a bit pointing towards the fact that this was probably done on purpose for maybe possibly a political reason. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. But it's just, so, I mean, I don't know that for sure, but inside my gut, I feel like that's what happened, is that it's been done on purpose. So, and there's like so many reasons why somebody would do this or why a country would do this or why, and I can't get into that because it's years and years of learning stuff that most people don't bother to learn. I have my suspicions. So anyway, my whole feeling about this is like in March when it first started, I thought, oh, geez, wash my hands and make sure I wash my food when I get it home and stay away from people. It's like having the flu or something like that for a couple weeks, couple months, maybe, But here we are, how much was it? March, April, May, June, July, August. 8 months. And, you go out and everybody's wearing that damn mask. I look over there because mine's hanging over by the front door. It's sad because it's like this was, thrust upon us so quickly. And I personally don't like wearing those masks, but you have to. And I personally think that this could, over a long period of time, could be damaging to us psychologically. Because I know for myself, I know when I just go to the corner store to get milk. You walk by somebody on the street, they're by themselves. They're not with anybody. They're by themselves walking and they're wearing a damn mask. Like, why? Why are you wearing a mask outside alone? That's pretty sad. That sounds to me like, roll over, Rover. Rover, roll over. Roll over. Just submissiveness. You don't need to wear a mask outside when you're by yourself walking down the street. I keep mine hooked around my ears, but I put it down below my chin. So I've got it there in case I need to slip it on, or when I go into a store, I can just pull it up. Anyway, we're all dealing with it. Some people are dealing with it better than others. Some people aren't dealing with it well at all. I mean, I know people who are suffering greatly. They've lost their businesses. They don't have no job. They have to borrow from Paul to pay Peter. It's terrible. And I honestly think that if there is somebody or some group of people responsible for this, if that's true, I don't want to say what I think they deserve, because it'll probably get me in trouble. So this whole world is just a mess. This virus, plague, whatever you want to call it, has destroyed thousands and millions of lives, and it's taken many lives too. Many lives. Somebody's responsible for this, and I hope that it's found out how this happened. Or did it just happen? Maybe it just happened. I don't know. I have my suspicions that it didn't just happen. Anyway, so that's my feeling about it. So I'm conforming. I'm wearing my mask when I go places in stores. I'm not wearing it outside unless I'm with some people. Then I'll ask them, do you want me to put my mask on? So I'm being courteous and I'm being polite and I'm doing what they want me to do and walk down the aisles a certain way and follow all the rules. Some people think this is overkill. Life is good. Despite the virus, life is good. Some people think that they're going overboard, and some people even think, and I don't necessarily, I don't know. Some people think that they're taking this too far, and they're using the virus to control people, to control the population, to have us do what we're told. That's what some people think. I'm not saying I think that. It's really bizarre, and I don't have this is not a good feeling that I have about it. I was going to say I have a bad taste in my mouth, but I don't, because I'm drinking this. But it smells very fishy to me. Anyway, so when I went outside to look, because I was curious. I was curious if families were going to carry on with Halloween and just be careful, wash your hands, take your sanitizer with you, be careful, just keep your distance and all that stuff, wear your masks and shit. Then I went outside and I looked up and down the street and there's not even any lights. Nobody's got their porch light. There's a couple people who have, they've gone all gung-ho and they've got the lights all around the railing and they're ready. They're sitting there with their bowl of candy. Nobody. It's nobody. And it's just very sad. Very sad to me. When you start seeing special occasions, and I know that not everyone believes in Halloween, that's fine. I understand why too. But the kids don't get, they don't know the political, the religious side of it or whatever. They don't know. They just get candy. It's ghosts and goblins and, whatever. It's just fun for them. They don't understand. I never did. It never hurt me none to go out for Halloween. But it just seems like, this is the first one I've seen, the first real occasion since this has been happening that I've seen where it doesn't exist in my area anyway. And it's just very sad. What's going to happen on Thanksgiving? We've had our Thanksgiving. I didn't really do anything special. I kind of stayed home and did my own things, but we sort of, our family has kind of we've gotten past that sort of occasion, but there's a lot of families out there who still get all together and everything. I know the American Thanksgiving's coming up as of this taping. And what are you guys going to do? Are you going to say screw it? Are you going to go and gather at a table and eat dinner and celebrate and drink and talk and communicate, or are you going to stay home and cook a chicken drumstick for yourself or a turkey drumstick? What about Christmas? I grew up, Christmases were always so much fun. We'd go around visiting our aunts and uncles, relatives, cousins. We'd come home Christmas Eve, and, you know, my parents would basically, you know, we'd go to bed and we'd wake up really early. And then eventually my parents would just say, you know what, let's just wait till after midnight and then we'll open our presents. That way we could all go to bed. My parents didn't have to get up early in the morning because they most likely had been drinking that night, you know. But it was so exciting seeing all the different kind of Christmas trees and Christmas lights that people had. Driving down the street, you know, with all the, you know, what's it going to be like this year? Are we going to see our families? Are we going to see relatives that we only see once a year? Some people do, you know, some of us. So anyway, I was triggered tonight by the Halloween thing, and I guess it's kind of made me feel kind of somber. So, you know, I have my nice beer here. This is a delicious beer. It's just fabulous. You don't want to swallow it right away. I'm starting to catch a buzz. Okay. Anyway, those are my thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. I mean, you know, you don't have to agree with me. Don't get mad at me. You know, these are my thoughts. I'm entitled to them. And, you know, post your comments down below and tell me what you think. And how it makes you feel when you saw no kids. Maybe you had kids. Maybe your community had Halloween. We weren't told not to have it. We were just told maybe try to find other ways of celebrating Halloween. But if you must, go out, do it, but be careful. No, I don't see anybody around here, and there's a lot of families that live in her because we have these townhouses that are joined, you know. Nobody. I looked up one of the rows. There's a whole bunch of townhouses all joined. Not one porch light on. There's what, 6, 12, 18 townhouses. Not one. Not one child. Just the leaves on the ground and that smell of fall air that we're all so used to on Halloween. But no Halloween. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much anyways. I'll cheer up. I'm cheering up already. Awesome beer. Fantastic beer. Or whatever you want to call it. Barley wine, beer. It's just very good. You could lay down and have a sleep after this one. Just tastes like one of the best chocolate cakes you've ever had in your life. It's delicious. It's not really that sweet, but it's got that full-bodied, chocolatey, mocha, coffee-ish, smooth, vanilla flavor to it. And these guys are geniuses. They can make stuff like this. It's delicious. No wonder they go through so much trouble to make their beer. Look what they get. Anyways, you take care of yourselves, guys. You know, wash your hands, wear your masks, do all that stuff, roll over, rover. And hopefully we can come out the other end of this. And if you're watching this a year later and this is all over with, thank goodness. Congratulations, we made it. Cheers, everybody. 17. And happy Halloween.